About 1/3 of all food production worldwide gets lost or wasted in the food production and consumption process, amounting to 1.3 billion tons. In industrialized nations, retailers and consumers discard around 300 million tons of food annually that is fit for consumption. The food we waste is more than the total net food production of sub-Saharan Africa and would be sufficient to feed an estimated 900 million people.
When the food is wasted, where is the food going?
People here in Kigali do not sort their garbage.
Customers are not all that can finish our food.
Okay. And what do you do with the wasted food?
Yeah, we throw it in the dustbin.
So whatever expires goes to disposal.
Worldwide, 1 in every 7 people go to bed hungry, and more than 20,000 people die of hunger every day.
There is enough calories produced in the country. The only problem is that not every household in Rwanda, of course, has equal access to that one. So people in the east, some people in the east produce a lot, in the center it's less, or in the west it's less. People with big lots of land produce a lot. Those with very small lots will not manage to produce enough calories for their household.
The seeming paradox to the hunger problem is that there are more overweight than underweight people in the world today. Increasingly large portion sizes, a proliferation of global fast food chains, and takeaway ready-made meals and cheap non-nutritious options are leading to major health problems such as obesity and diabetes.
Environ 70% des produits consommés dans l'hôtel sont consommés à des buffets. Donc les gens qui passent au buffet, souvent, on peut dire qu'ils ont les plus grands yeux que grand ventre. Donc quelquefois, effectivement, ils n'arrivent pas à finir leurs assiettes.
While the overall situation is complex, planning and preparing your own food and food for your family leads to less waste and is healthier overall. There are serious environmental implications to wasting food. The amount of food we throw away is a waste of resources. There are significant amounts of energy, water, and packaging used in food production, transportation, and storage. More than 2 billion hectares of arable lands have been degraded due to poor agricultural practices over the second half of the 20th century.
We see that land degradation in Rwanda is characterized by soil erosion and declining soil fertility. And this is mainly driven by unsustainable land use practices, namely deforestation and overcultivation, often on steep slopes without appropriate conservation measures.
There is little awareness of the amount of food that is lost and wasted along the entire food supply chain during production, distribution, consumption, and disposal. Yet the economic, social, and environmental implications of this enormous food loss and waste are staggering, continue to grow, and represent a real threat. To the extent that good produce is going to waste early in supply chains.
The hospitality sector contains 129 hotels in Kigali, 297 guest houses, 49 bars, local bars which are not registered, and about 582 bars and restaurants.
For each one of us, eating is a crucial part of our daily lives. For some, the act of eating represents pure sustenance. For others, the art of eating is a ritual of culinary delights. For many people, food is hard to come by. and most of the people in this group lack a basic understanding of nutrition.
A typical, let's say, really poor diet, food insecure diet, which is, you could say, the diet of around 20% of the households. There you will find that on the average they only eat 6 times a week starches and only 4 times a week beans. Okay, beans are really important for the proteins that they bring into the diet. And and typically they would never consume milk, and they would never consume animal protein. Even if you have small children and pregnant women in the household, this consumption of the really very rich and easily absorbed nutriments like milk and so on is very low in these areas. Typically, Rwandan diet, let's say an average, let's say a food secure household will eat at least every day. They will eat starches like maize or cassava. Every day they will eat pulses like typically beans, right? Then on the average 5 days a week they will eat vegetables. Maybe 1 day a week they will eat fruits. Then there will be some consumption of oil and sugar, and then only on the average once a week they will eat milk, and once a week they will eat other animal protein like meat.
Ubuhinzi bw'imboga bwacu dukora mu ngo zacu, akarima k'igikoni cyane cyane kadufasha kugira imibereho myiza mu ngo zacu, tukarya indyo yuzuye, noneho ntitugihingira kurya gusa, ahubwo dusigaye duhingira n'isoko mu karima mu buryo bwo kubyaza ubutaka butoya dufite.
So have variety, have the energy providing foods, but also have the vegetables, have the fruits in enough quantities, because we need to have the oil, because some of the vitamins that we ingest from fruits or anything that we eat that can give us vitamins require us to have enough oil, fat, for them to be absorbed in our body.
Abantu babana n'ubwandu bwa virusi itera sida kubera imiti tunywa ifite uburemere burusha umubiri wacu, tugomba kunywa imiti dufashijwe n'iyo ndyo yuzuye nk'amatunda n'ibiryo bifite n'imboga, tugafashanya n'iyo miti kugira ngo imiti igire icyo tumarira mu mubiri n'abasirikare biyongere mu mubiri uko tubyifuza, tukagira n'imbaraga zo gufasha urubyaro rwacu n'imiryango yacu.
Kurya neza bihesha amahirwe umuntu ubana n'ubwandu, bimwongerera abasirikare bitewe n'uko arya indyo yuzuye, bimwongerera igihe cyo kubaho.
Tugiye gukora bigiye kudufashamo werekanye no guhinga imbuto n'ibihumyo. Ibyo bizabafasha cyane kubera ko mu mirire yabo ya buri munsi baba bakeneye indyo yuzuye, iyo ndyo yuzuye hakaba harimo n'imbuto. Izo mbuto bazazijyaho kandi noneho banazigurisha kubera ko ari nyinshi, babe bagira n'ikindi kintu bigurira kinyongera batajyaga babona mu mibereho yabo ya buri munsi.
Around the globe, the very act of shopping, cooking, eating, and disposing can be a mindless activity. Little, if any, attention is paid to the way food arrives at our markets and stores, let alone the acts of production, harvesting, manufacturing, packaging, shipping, and merchandising this very food that sustains our daily lives.
Organic waste is part of the waste that we collect in the city, and we make sure that we sort properly, and we put non-organic aside and organic aside. With organic waste, which is mainly composed of food waste and the glass waste or garden waste, we turn this into compost or organic fertilizer, and later it is used in gardening, and it is also returned to agri-farmers for use in agriculture purpose. Yeah, the food-related other waste, like packaging waste, like plastic, bottles, glass, those kind of waste also we put aside and we sort properly, and in order to channel them into recycling lines.
Yeah, we have been supporting a community initiative, recycling food waste into compost and briquette. For briquette, we have, for example, this women cooperative, COSEN, in Nyakabanda, that collects garbage from around 4,000 households.
nearly expiry, we give offers or we give them on special discounts to speed up the rotation and to speed up the sales and make sure the product is consumed before it's a shelf life. And that's it. So whatever remains, we make sure we dispose them in that procedure.
Alors pour éviter les pertes, nous faisons nos commandes journalièrement, c'est-à-dire tous les jours nous recevons nos fruits et nos légumes en fonction des quantités dont nous aurons besoin dans la journée, ce qui fait qu'on utilise chaque jour ce que nous recevons.
We get food from different places, but normally we use local food.
Tout ce que nous jetons à la poubelle part dans une ferme d'élevage de cochons. Donc les épluchures que nous jetons à la poubelle, tout ce qui est organique, en fait est consommé par... nous donnons ça à une ferme qui l'utilise.
The software that we are using has been developed by UNIDO and UNEP to promote resource efficiency in small medium enterprises. For example, at Shailando, Lemig Hotel and SpotView have been trained to use this toolkit. This toolkit is helping the industries and the hotels to use less resources in order to produce more.
The government of Rwanda has been working in conjunction with the United Nations to literally transform Rwanda's food waste. COPED and the Rwanda Bureau of Standards have begun strategic recycling programs and composting with biodegradable waste. Initiatives have been taken to create ignitable bricks for cooking from food waste in addition to biodegradable waste. This process is helping to preserve forests while maximizing the efficiency of consumable products on the waste side of the food supply process. In addition, Rwanda is expanding their use of biogas from human, animal, and food waste. It's initiatives like these that are going to help Rwandans minimize their food footprint and push Rwanda forward in overcoming challenges related to all the waste that is created in the food production, consumption, and disposal process. Each of us can help Rwanda become a cleaner, safer environment by simply becoming creative in how we relate to the food we consume.